one thing I've noticed that I think is a bar, and I can help you with that if you want to work on it. You know, Greta, you look like a professional, you think like a professional, you strategize like a professional, but when you open your mouth, you don't sound like a professional. You have really poor grammar, and unfortunately, people will equate that with not being very smart, and it kills me because I know how smart you are. So I am willing to send you to a seminar, and I found one that I think will help you. I bought you a really interesting grammar book that I think won't put you to sleep, and I really want to encourage you, if you want to work on it, I'll help you. Now, I told you she was a professional. I watched her hang on to her anger, and she said, okay, fine, I want to get ahead. If you tell me this will help me get ahead, then I'm willing to work on it. But tell me, Margaret, how did you learn to talk so good? And that's a great question. I told you she was pretty smart, so I thought about it for a minute, and I said, well, the matriarch corrected my grammar the whole time I was growing up. She was adamant we were going to speak well. She corrects my grammar today, even, and it just makes me so angry. She goes, okay, fine, then that's what I want you to do for me. Now, I was really courageous. I stepped up, I had the conversation, and at the point, and I told her I would help her, but the minute she asked me to put some skin in the game, I went, oh, no, you'll hate that. No, you'll hate that. Every time the matriarch corrects my grammar, it makes me mad too. No, that would destroy our relationship. I'm not going to do that. And here's the question she asked me that made me stiffen my spine. She said, you said you were going to help me. Are you going to help me or not? Now, I was courageous in having the conversation, and when she pressed me and it got hard, I stepped back. Don't step back. Stand in place and help the person you've promised you'll help. So I said, okay, I want to help you. So here's what we're going to do. When it's just the two of us alone, I'm going to correct your grammar and explain it to you so that you get the hang of this. But I'm not going to correct your grammar in front of anybody. That would be devastating for your credibility here. So that's what we did. The first 2 weeks we did this, it was awful. She could not get a sentence out. No, Greta, that's a plural subject and a singular verb. No, Greta, that's the wrong tense of that. No, Greta, that's not actually a word. I mean, we covered the gamut on this one. Now, there was a point at which we're about 3 or 4 months into this, and she's trying to tell me something, and I'm correcting like I'm supposed to be, and she goes, and I said, do you want to quit? Because I'd love to quit. Could we just quit doing this? So there I go, and I chickened out on her again, and here's what she said. No, if you can do this, and this is how you learn to do it, I can do it. Now, the good news is that at 6 or 8 months, we were in much better shape, and I was just polishing and correcting at that point. I'm pleased to tell you that when I left that company 5.5 years later, they promoted her into my spot. Now, to her credit, because look, I stepped up and then I kept chickening out on her, and she asked me to keep helping her. So I want to encourage you to step up, be brave, be courageous, and stay and help people as they work through some of these things.